Hello, everyone, and welcome to Superman Homepage Live, brought to you by supermanhomepage.com, the number one Superman fan site in the world. In this, our May 12th, 2025 show, we're going to be covering a range of topics, including the Superman trailer landing this week on Wednesday. We're going to be talking about that in detail. We've got some dog treats to talk about, Milkbone. We've got some extra footage from the new movie coming up that we can have a look at as well. We've got billboards all over New York and over Madrid and other places in the world. There's so much to get through in tonight's show. And he's joined me late, and Mark's just about to jump in. But welcome, Michael Bailey.
Hey, Steve, how's it going?
Doing well. Nice shirt.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah,
Here
had this
comes
for a
Mark.
while and decided to crack it out for tonight since the trailer's coming this week. It seemed
Very
appropriate.
nice. And
Looks like Mark's on the same page.
Mark's got his shirt
Hello.
on as well. Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Okay, had some technical difficulties.
All good. All good. You guys are both sporting the new logo on your shirt. I've just got this other thing going on here, but
Yes.
merchandise coming
Get with
out.
the program, Steve.
I know. Sorry. I'll get there. Haven't seen one here in Australia yet. Like outside,
Really?
like, in a store. I mean, I can buy it online, but I was just like, I just want to go around and see them in the stores. But we'll get into all the merchandise stuff in a second. But just get through some housekeeping. Want to thank everyone who is joining us live tonight via either YouTube, Facebook, or we'll get the Instagram thing going right now. Here we go. Sorry about that. Just jumped in a bit late on that one. So live across Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube tonight. Want to thank our sponsors and patrons. Now, I've got a new one. A new person has come on board. I don't have their name handy, so I apologize for the new person who's just joined us as a sponsor of the show, but I will get to your name in next week's show. But thank you to Douglas Meacham, John Patrick Van Pelt, Tina Murray, and Rick Schutzow, who are our sponsors, who make the show free for everybody by being great donors and sponsors and supporters of the show. So thank you so much for your financial support. And if you'd like to join those fine folks, I think he's actually with us tonight, or she's with us tonight. JK Krypton fan, I think that's you that recently joined us as a new sponsor. So if that is the case, apologize again for not having your name read out here as a sponsor or displayed on the show tonight, but we will get to that next week. But really thank you for your support. And as I said, if you want to join those fine folks and be a supporter of the Superman homepage, then all you have to do is click the join button below on YouTube. There are different levels of membership with different levels of perks, or you can go to patreon.com/Superman homepage. Yes, JK Krypton Fan 76 is the new sponsor. So thank you for jumping on board as well. Thanks everyone for tuning in live with us tonight. Really appreciate your company. Michael, they can be part of the show tonight if they want to call in, if we have time. How do they go about doing that?
Oh, it's really simple. They just go to supermanhomepage.com/live. Press the call now button and sit there in the green room. They can watch the show as we're doing it, waiting for the get on, or they can use their handy dandy smartphone and scan the QR code that is right next to me as well. Now, if you are using your laptop or desktop to watch the show and you're using an external speaker because you don't feel like wearing headphones, if you do want to be on the show, please put in headphones because we are on a bit of a delay and that can screw things up. Also, if you're going to use your smartphone, please use your headset or your AirPods or whatever, because speakerphone does not work for us.
Yes, indeed. So there's ways you can get involved. But if you're a little bit shy and you don't want to get on the phone tonight to call and talk to us, then you can simply participate in the comments there on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. All three of us can see what you're saying, and we can relay any comments or questions you might have as we go along tonight. So thank you so much for your participation. All right, so let's get into tonight's topics. We have quite a few interesting things to chat about tonight in regards to the upcoming new movie. We do know now for a fact that the trailer is going to be dropping this Wednesday at midday Eastern Standard Time, which, thank you very much, James Gunn, is 2 a.m. Thursday morning for me.
I am so sorry, Steve. I mean, to be fair, you have better healthcare than us, so I think that makes up for you having to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning for a
Okay.
trailer. I'm just going to say that.
I might need the healthcare to wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Very good.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's we got this. Well, I mean, I heard about the fact as we've spoken about last week, we thought it was going to be between 12th and 16th somewhere. We kind of speculated it could be May 18th because that would be Superman #1 anniversary of the comic book Superman #1 back from 1939. But it's going to be Wednesday, May 14th. And the first confirmation we had from that was seeing that there was this massive billboard, electronic billboard in Times Square in New York that had kind of popped up on the social media feeds, a photo of it. I actually went live I was sitting in bed it was like 10:30 at night here last night, so a couple of hours ago now, and went and found some live feed cameras, like webcams that you can watch certain aspects of Times Square, and took some snapshots of what it was showing, and confirmed, yes, it was in fact not somebody photoshopped it or what have you, but it was actually some billboards that were up and about there. As you can see there on the left, there's Superman's cape there on this billboard, and then there was this new flying shot that we hadn't seen that was up there as well, and it was saying New York, look up. And then it was new trailer Wednesday, and I was like, what the hell's going on? A new trailer's coming. And was kind of very excited to see all the different photos that people were posting of that billboard that was in Times Square. And then hours later, wake up and I find that James Gunn has actually posted the video of what was on that billboard, or a version of that. Have a look. So there's actually no audio because it's a billboard, and these billboards in New York don't have any audio. So yeah, new trailer Wednesday. I'll play that again for you. I'll just go back to the beginning, and we're getting, there's Krypto and Superman. There's a great new view of Metropolis. Look up, and then Superman flying. A new shot of him flying towards the camera, and then this shot of him with his hair blowing in the breeze. What do we make of that, guys?
It looks nice. It's a really great way to do some. I don't want to call it guerrilla marketing because it's not really like under the radar. It's in Times Square in New York City. You were able to find a camera that is constantly pointed at Times Square in New York City. But what I like about it, and what I've been liking, we're going to be talking about the marketing a lot tonight, I have a feeling. But what I like about the marketing for this film is that they're not doing it in really traditional ways that they've done Superman films before.
Mm.
Having this in Times Square, that led to people taking pictures and posting about it. So even before James Gunn made the official announcement, it was trending on social media. And when I was at an interview this morning for a new job, and I was like looking at my phone right before I went in. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then they make the it's officially announced. So I just love how they're doing all these little things that are getting people to talk about the film without them having to constantly show clips and commercials, etc.
Mm. Michael, quick question. Someone's asking you, is your shirt from the DC store?
No, this is from Amazon. I So I'm a portly fellow, to put it politely. Lost about 5 or 6 pounds in the last month or so. So it's getting better. But the DC store hates me in terms of sizing.
Me
Their
too.
size. Well, here's the thing: is like, and this is something that women go through more than men. So I'm not going to say that I'm suffering here, but different clothing companies have different sizing for their shirts.
Mm.
And a 3XL in one manufacturer is going to be completely different from a 3XL in another. And whoever DC uses, their 3XLs are like a 2XL in what I normally wear. So luckily, Amazon has a print on demand feature that you should order through the Superman homepage, by the way, like I did. And the thing is that you can find a variety of really great Superman shirts there that you should order through the Superman homepage link.
Very good. And Mark, where is your one from?
I did the same thing. Amazon through Superman homepage.
Very
You
good.
got the lighter blue than I did.
Yeah, he got the lighter blue, yeah.
This is the first time, I'm wearing this. I got this a while back, and I finally put it on today, and I said, hey, it actually fits well. So
very cool.
So I'll wear it.
Yeah, very cool. All right, so that was the promo for the Wednesday drop of the trailer, midday Eastern Standard Time, and for us here in Sydney, like I said, 2 a.m. on Thursday morning. But you can be sure that we'll be all across it on the Superman homepage when it does drop. Hopefully they put up a YouTube thing where it's ahead of time, so I can embed it on the website, not have to wake up at 2 a.m. and do all that kind of work. But we'll make it happen. You can be sure the Superman homepage will be across it all without any problems whatsoever. You might also have, if you're in other places around the world, it's not just New York City in Times Square, this one. That's in Madrid. And obviously it says Madrid look up in the local language, and so you probably be seeing these popping up everywhere in your local cities, wherever you can get these electronic billboards in major cities. You'll probably be seeing this kind of stuff. So that's really cool that it was kind of like a worldwide kind of promotion blitz at the same time to let everybody know that Wednesday is the day that you'll be able to see the new trailer or the trailer.
It's kind of interesting, too, because I'm thinking back to what they did for Man of Steel, and the big one that I remember that was kind of their guerrilla marketing was the Zod transmission.
Yes.
Where they had the videos. And no, I think that is like a really good microcosm of the difference in tones of these films. And again, that's not me attacking Snyder fans or people who like those films. It is what it is. But we can intellectually compare the two, and that one, it was supposed to be a little scary. It was supposed to throw you off. It was supposed to make you curious. It's like, oh, Zod's looking for Superman, and this one is like, look up and here's an awesome shot of Superman flying.
Yeah, indeed. All right, Milkbone, the original dog biscuit, that you can buy. They're doing a Superman promo, and we actually got to see new footage from the movie from this promo. I'm going to play it here. It seems to be okay to be doing so. It's got Mr. Terrific, it's got Crypto, and Milkbone biscuits.
Milkbone is there for every. Come here, boy. For every. You want a treat?
Yeah! Yeah!
Crypto, home. For every good boy. For Superman's best friend. Treat your dog like a superhero with Milkbone. And don't miss Superman in theaters July 11th.
How cool is that?
I absolutely loved this commercial. I took great offense to people making fun of it and saying that it was stupid on social media today, because it was just not only Mr. Terrific playing with Crypto. That was cute. That was fine. The shot of him laying on Superman. Where is Superman? Like, is he back home?
Looked like it was in Smallville,
It looks like it's Smallville, but there is Crypto lying on his chest. And if you've ever had a dog, and if you were the type of person that let your dog sleep on the bed with you, and I call those people normal. I think the people that are like totally opposed to having the dog sleep on the bed with them are sociopaths. No, not sociopaths. I just disagree with it on a fundamental level. But if you've ever woken up and your dog's laying on your chest looking at you, it is the greatest feeling in the world. And I think that's what they're trying to tap into. Yeah, it's just too bad that my dogs can't eat Milkbone dog biscuits because it makes them sick.
Oh, no. Mark, what did you think?
Oh, I thought it was absolutely adorable. Like Mike said, him playing around this Terrific and all that was really cute. But And you see him laying on his chest. I was like, oh my god, that was like that was like wow. I didn't have a dog, but my aunt had a French poodle, and the poodle was like our dog,
Hmm.
And I would sleep over there, and I would wake up every morning. I'd wake up, and she'd be lying across my pillow when I got up, and I was like, "Oh my guys, I love that dog. I love that dog."
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, I think it's awesome. Our core in the Instagram comments saying, "Is it weird if I get the dog biscuits and don't have a dog?" Well, there's a comic book inside, so you might not be that weird. And what show was it that I think it was Greatest American Hero that the what's his name?
Yeah, Bill Maxwell
Bill
ate
Maxwell
dog biscuits.
would hate the dog. But yeah, there are some great images of the Milkbone packaging, which I will bring up right now. So treat your dog like Crypto the Super Dog is the promo there. There's the box for small for dogs. So it's just a small dog treat, Milkbone. And then there, as I said, there is a Superman comic book free gift with purchase, which is available to read online if you are a DC Universe Infinite subscriber. You can read it online. It's called Superman: A Friendship Unleashed, which is kind of a nice pun. And it says a day of play for Superman and Crypto is interrupted by a crisis at Star Labs. While Crypto wrangles panicked dogs gone wild and Superman rescues endangered scientists, the Superdog and his best friend must work together to save the day. So that is the comic book that comes with it. So yeah, if you're interested, Milkbone is the promo that this is all part of. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, the marketing of this film is so interesting. I think we talked about a bunch of the different ones last week, and people were reminding me of things that I had forgotten because I'm old and things scare me. But I remember like the Razors and the Carl's Jr.'s commercials. These seem a little more whimsical. Like it's like Batman v Superman. It's just like get your can of Dr. Pepper with a character on it and buy your cereal, and here's like get a dog for you, get some treats for your dogs and get a comic book with it. I mean, that's just great.
Yeah. So in the comments, JK Krypton fan 76 says she's read it and it's cute. Mark, maybe it's another comic book you can review for us.
All right, I'll go and get a box of Milkbone. It won't be weird because everyone in the store won't know that I don't have a dog.
No, exactly. Yeah, you don't take your dog with you when you're shopping necessarily, so not weird at all.
Yeah, maybe I will. I'll let you know.
Yeah, sounds good. Or you can, if you're a DC.
Well, no, I can. Obviously, it's online. It's on DC Universe. So I don't have to buy the Milkbone.
Physical copy. No, you don't have to go, but
Maybe
you
I'll buy
probably
it
will.
anyway.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Well, earlier this week, we got a new image from the movie, a new still, which featured the Fortress of Solitude with Superman, Crypto, and some of the robots. This was thanks to Screen Rant. They unveiled this exclusive image. I love the design of the Fortress of Solitude. It still uses the crystalline, things that we've seen from the Donner universe, but it looks more functional. It looks like there's stairs at least. It's not just it actually has physical, like someone's designed the structure, not just it's just a random thing that's kind of come out of the ground. There's computer panels there in the background. The robots, it looks like they're charging in their base station, that kind of stuff. And Superman seems like he's having a bit of a word with Crypto, who's looking a little bit sheepish there.
Again, every dog owner has had this happen in their life, where you're just sitting there and you will. Things they don't tell you about owning a dog is how many times you're going to yell at them and tell them to STFU, and stuff like that, and like you're sitting there like yelling at them or fussing at them, and they can't understand you, but you don't care because you just got to get it out, or you're gonna explode. So,
yeah, so very cool. What did you think of the design, Mark?
That's beautiful. I love it. I mean, I would love. All right, this is a nitpick. I love a little color in it, but it doesn't matter. It just
What did Lois say? It
not,
needs a woman. It needs a woman's touch.
the woman's touch, maybe, yeah. But it's
Especially
no,
around
it's,
dinner
it's
time.
yeah.
Very good. So yeah,
But
that's
no, it's really, it looks great.
indeed. So yeah, really looking forward to everything I've seen about this film so far. And if you want to get a bit more of an insight into what's happening with the movie, the latest episode of the DC Studios Showcast official podcast, Showcase official podcast, has an interview with Anthony Carrigan, who plays Metamorpho, and Sarah Sampaio, who plays Eve Tessmacher. And there's an article on our website that kind of breaks down them talking about their characters, their preparation and performance of their characters, and the pop culture origin stories of those characters. So you can check out the article and watch the video of the podcast on our website, supermanhomepage.com. Did either of you check that out yet?
I have sadly not. I should. Full disclosure, I get a little salty about podcasts like this. Simply because it's just like, oh, it's so easy for you guys to jump into this game.
True.
So there's that. But no, I think it's I've been really meaning to catch up with all the Superman ones because it seems like they're getting some really good interviews out of the cast. And again, it's a great way to market the film in a way that attracts the way audiences are consuming media nowadays.
Yeah, so true. All right, there was this promo. It's kind of taken a sour turn tonight. I'm going to get into that into a second, but the NBA playoffs are on at the moment, and Boston Celtics star Jason Tatum is being used to promote the upcoming Superman movie as being a stand-in for Superman. First off, we got these images of new shoes that he is sporting he wore, I believe, in Game 1 of the playoffs for the Boston Celtics, and these obviously have the logo for the new movie and some great color designs, and obviously his Tatum 3 sneakers right there. And then the NBA, along with DC Studios, had this little bit of behind-the-scenes video. And then there was actual full-on promo. I'll play both of those back to back.
Superman is taking the day off. Who do you think should sub in for Superman?
Who's got it like Superman?
Who could possibly match Superman's speed, strength, and ability to fly?
I want to talk about fly. How about Jason Tatum?
You guys see Tatum in Clark Kent mode?
Tatum is Clark Kent, humble, Midwestern, looks great in glasses. But can he step up and be Superman?
Sadly, tonight it looks like he's ruptured his Achilles.
Oh no!
Someone had kryptonite.
That's see, he flew
the
too
Superman
close to the
curse
sun.
is real. See, the Superman curse.
Yeah, the Superman curse is real. Yeah,
No, it's not. But yeah, that's wow.
it's still a really good promotion though.
It is
kind of clever, and it's not the first NBA player to dress in a Superman outfit and do something. We've covered those over the years, but again, we're getting closer. We're 59 days out until the movie premieres. 58 days for Steve because he's in the future. So I just love this kind of stuff. It's reaching an audience that you don't normally think of to reach to promote something Superman related, and yet they're just going for it.
Yeah.
I don't
it's
have,
nice.
some people have a little too much to say about it. To me, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, the movie's coming up. This is one of their star players. He's probably a superhero to some kids and all that, whatever. Even though I'm not into that sports people as superheroes, but it's not. It's kind of smart marketing in a way
Yeah.
because they've got the shoes, and they've got the huge NBA star wearing the S, and I have no problem with it.
It's getting the movie in front of a big audience. Like the NBA playoffs are obviously going to have huge numbers as far as ratings are concerned. So to tie into that, it's just smart marketing, and it just, it plays. It's not just putting the commercial or the trailer in front of it. It's actually using one of the stars embedded within the sport to promote it. So it has, more of an impact. So I think it's very smart.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's look at some of the merchandise. Spin Master gave us a first look at their Epic Strike collection. Did we have a look at these last week? I'm not sure because it's on the cuff of that, where we see Superman using his powers in a unfamiliar way in this action figure, where he actually uses his freeze breath on his hands to create some kind of like a punching mechanism.
Without those things on it, it looks like he's dancing. Like this is, and you probably are from, you both are probably familiar with this image, and I think it's from one of the Private Life of Clark Kent backups from the 70s of him dancing in the Clark Kent outfit, like doing like almost disco moves.
Mm-hmm.
That is what this action figure reminds me of.
He's swinging his hips. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you got Mr. Terrific. You got Green Lantern. We've got a better look at the Hammer. That's another new character for the film. And then there's some other merchandise, like a cape. And
did you see the logo on the Hammer though?
What am I looking? Oh,
if you focus in, like try to find it looks like a Nuclear Man logo there on the front. A
little bit too, yeah. Let me
on
see
that little patch. So
does it zoom in any further?
I don't know if the image quality is going to be good, but it's got kind of a Nuclear Man look there.
Interesting, yeah. Well, the colors are kind of similar in some ways. Just who was it? Sith Happens in the comments says the NHL hockey also had promotion for the movie. They had some of the logo going around the outside of the ice rink there for during the game. So I don't know where they're at in this season, but yeah. So a lot of the sports
they're near their championship too.
Okay.
Hockey tends to run into like May and June, if I'm correct.
Very cool. So yeah, they're the Spin Master action figure line, the wave of action figures. Again, all these are available through links on the website. And another tie-in is wouldn't be a movie without a fast food restaurant or chain having a tie-in to the film. And we've got Dairy Queen this time being the one who is doing a tie-in menu. There's obviously some like burger meal deals. There's wings, but you got the cup there, and there's the Blizzard confectionery cake batter cookie dough Blizzard of the month is Superman themed. So yeah, I don't know how widely spread Dairy Queens are around. It's obviously not as popular as say McDonald's or maybe like Burger King or one of those kind of franchises, but it's still cool to see. And usually people saying, "Oh, why didn't they go with McDonald's or someone that is more popular?" It's usually the franchise who bids for the marketing deal.
So to answer your first question, Dairy Queen's pretty big on the East Coast.
Okay.
There's two in the county I live in here in Georgia, and they're up and down the East Coast because when I was traveling last year and going from here to Virginia, I saw a bunch of Dairy Queens. I'm actually kind of happy that they went with Dairy Queen because unlike the Carl's Jr. Hardee's one, my wife and I don't normally eat at Hardee's unless up until recently. So now the cake batter cookie dough is interesting because I looked into it a little more. It's actually a sugar cookie dough, so it's not like chocolate chip cookie dough.
Okay.
With a cake batter thing. I'm gonna get a small one just to try it, just to say that I did. They got the cups too, which are kind of neat.
Yep.
I'm wondering if I can actually just ask them to also hand me like a couple cups and the fry holders as well, just to have those. I'm gonna try the wings too. Again, not get like the huge portions because we're here in America. We don't
do anything small.
We just want to make people fat. I think that's just the general goal. But I'll try it and I'll report on it when it's up and running. If I call in due to intestinal issues, you'll get that review too. So.
Very cool. Mark, is there a Dairy Queen near you?
Yeah, there's actually I know of one that's not far from here, and I'm sure there's I know there's more in the area.
Yeah, well, people in the comments are going. So JK Krypton fan 76, they've that Dairy Queen is very big in Indiana. Sith Happen says same here in North Carolina. Dr. Casey Jones, Dairy Queen is a Texas staple. Ron 6751, Dairy Queen is popular in the Northeast. And so
and it's great ice cream too for a treat. It's really good.
Well, sadly, we've got someone in the commenting on YouTube, Diabetic Superman, who says, "I better not try it."
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Do they not have sugar-free options? It wouldn't surprise me if they don't, because again,
America,
capitalism don't care. But
well, I don't know, but I mean, there might be, certain ones for diabetes ice cream you could eat. I don't know.
I'm sorry, Diabetic Superman. We don't mean to sit here and talk about things that you can't have. I apologize.
Well, then Diabetic Superman better tune out for the next story, because Food Network's new Super Mega Cakes series will launch with a life-size Superman cake that has to be seen to be believed, and we've only seen the most. All. That's a cake, folks.
Lord.
That's a cake.
Wow.
I mean, isn't there a show called "Is It Cake" or "Is It Real"?
The problem with those types of cakes is, I'm sorry, I think if you're going to have something decorative, you should also be able to eat it. And unfortunately, a lot of those, as impressive as it is, I'm not saying that it doesn't look cool, because it does, but a lot of them use fondant as a cover because you can shape it, and fondant tastes terrible. So, but that is very, very impressive. I especially like the cape.
Yeah, that is so impressive. So, the series premiere is on June 16th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Food Network, and streaming the next day on Max. That's an impressive Superman cape. It's a 6-episode series. The first one having the Superman cake challenge as part of that. So obviously you've got Superman and Krypto flying high there above the fortress. I don't even know what to say. That is just a impressive looking cake. So Food Network, and then next day on Max. So looking forward to that. I think I missed something earlier that I wanted to. No, all good. Yes, there is a Funko figure I wanted to quickly showcase. Turn off the cake there in the background. This is a funny little fortress. I'm not sure if that's for the new movie. It doesn't look like it because it's got the different logo, but kind of the crystalline fortress thing. But we'll maybe have a look at that one again when we come to look at more merchandise later on.
Kind of looks like Superman as a child in Krypto's doghouse is what that more looks like than the Fortress of Solitude. But that could just be me and my snarky attitude.
Well, some other merchandise that is definitely for the film, Fossil. I remember Fossil being big with Superman items back in the 90s. There was a lot of different Superman watches, and I have quite a collection of them here. But Fossil are doing a limited edition Metropolis watch set. These are for the new film, because then you got this one, which is the limited edition S Shield watch set, and then there's also like a bracelet and some cufflinks So these are all part of Fossil's new limited edition collection, tying in with the film. I have touched base with Fossil here in Australia and hoping to do some kind of cross promotion with them to be able to maybe do an unboxing or showcase, maybe do a giveaway. We'll see what we can do, what we can tee up with them. But I have been in touch with them, so look for more details about these Fossil watches and collectibles. Yeah, these are pretty impressive. Fossil make great watches and do great collectibles and things like that. But the links for all of those are up on our website, and they look great.
Mm-hmm. It's just too bad that I don't wear watches.
Yeah, I've got an Apple Watch, so I'm not going to really change that.
No, I haven't worn a watch in years.
Yeah.
Do they have Superman skins for those, Steve?
I'm sure they've got they've got Superman what do you call them?
Like bands, but not for the face itself.
No, well, the face itself is the watch. So I mean, I'm sure you could put a frame around the top of it, and I've seen protective ones that have like you can put diamonds or whatever decorations. But I love my Apple Watch because it means I don't have to grab my phone as often. Message comes, just quickly look at my wrist. Don't have to find my phone and see what the message is and all that kind of stuff.
Some feel like Dick Tracy because you can talk into it as well.
That's true. Yes, it's very much so. And we're aging ourselves just saying we know who Dick Tracy is.
Yeah.
But these watches retail for $250. But that's what you'd expect for a watch from Fossil. So, looking forward to seeing if we can do some kind of cross promotion there with Fossil over these watches in the coming days and weeks. All right. We're going to take a quick break. We're already well over our halfway mark, but we want to play some messages and come back on the flip side, do our fan favorite question. We'll see if we can get This Week in History done, but we've got so much other news to get through as well.
Fine, because I was late with it anyways. So.
All good. All right, we'll be back right after these messages.
We'll be back in a moment with the exciting climax of today's episode. So stand by.
If you're enjoying Superman Homepage Live, then please like and share this video with your family and friends. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to our YouTube channel, then you can click on the bell to receive notifications whenever we post a new video. You can also join our YouTube membership program, just click the join button below. Or you can become a patron and support our website by going to patreon.com/Superman Homepage.
Up in the sky.
It's a bird.
It's a plane. No, it's SupermanHomepage.com, the #1 Superman fan site in the world. SupermanHomepage.com, covering the world of Superman from the 1930s to today. News, reviews, rumors, and reports. SupermanHomepage.com for all your Superman comics, TV shows, movies, cartoons, radio shows, and more. Everything you ever wanted to know about the Man of Steel and more. SupermanHomepage.com.
Thanks, Superman Homepage, for all the support over the years. I really appreciate it.
I'm Matt Bomer. I'm the voice of Superman and Superman Unbound, and this is the Superman Homepage.
Right here on Superman Homepage.
When the world needs saving, the world turns to and his super team.
Superman's not just a superhero, he's the superhero. Superboy and Steel are the super team. This is Steel. He's got an armor suit, and check out that hammer. Pow! Superboy rides in on his motorcycle and blasts him. Bam! Pow! Conduit is a supervillain. He's got these power cables that go zzz, zzz. Superman comes in like boom. Bad guys gotta learn. You don't mess with the ass.
Superman. Figures and vehicles each sold separately.
Someone gave those kids so much red cordial before they got on camera. All right.
I'm fascinated by those commercials, though.
Yeah.
Just the whole "don't mess with the S" as their marketing thing, and man, if you're going to capture the 90s in plastic, you can't really do too much more wrong than that action figure line, because not only did you have Doomsday, but you had Conduit, and there was a Massacre
Action figure.
Action figure. And if you remember who Massacre was, if you were around and reading the comics on Massacre, again, please, for the love of God, take your ibuprofen before you go to bed tonight, or when you wake up, your ankle or your knees are going to be hurting. So,
yes,
just
exactly.
Friendly tip.
All right. Some other movie news. We've got some casting news for the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow film. We found out that Alice Huken, known for her roles in the Brothers Son and Sex Education, has been cast as a Sclarian Raider. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's just one of those tongue twisters. Now, they weren't actually the Raiders weren't actually in Tom King's Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow comic book series. So this seems to be maybe something tied maybe with Lobo a little bit. I don't know. But they first appeared in Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes back in number 223 in 1977, created by Paul Levitz, Bob Wyacek, and James Sherman, all-female group of space pirates hailing from the planet Sclarian Raiders. There you go. Know anything about them?
Oh man, they are so 70s.
Yes.
I just Googled them. Holy crud. Wow. I don't think that's going to be the outfit that they're going to have for the movie. I really don't.
Yeah, you can see more about the Sclarian Raiders on our website. So, Alice Huken cast as one of those Raiders. All right, we just kind of showed that Fortress of Solitude figure. It is a really interesting little figure, as Michael said. Looks like he's in Crypto's hideout. But this is Biddy Pop.
I think that's where Jarrell and Laura put him when he was bad.
It's
before
it's like go in your corner.
Well, like in the Silver Age when he was still kind of young before he.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So this is $10.99 US, available through our website if you want to pre-order yours. Comes out in June. All right. Still on the movie side of things, the Legend of Kingdom Come documentary is awesome. I watched it. My review is up on the website if you'd like to check that out. It is really masterfully crafted. It's got great interviews with like Alex Ross and Mark Waid, people from different comic book stores, store owners, some of the industry like people who work in the industry, artists, writers themselves. It had its Chicago premiere, or North American premiere in Chicago on May 10th. But there is a Lake Como Art Festival premiere in Italy on May 17th. And there is also an exhibit coming up, which it's called Alex Ross Heroes and Villains Exhibition. Opens this summer at the Bess Bauer Dunn Museum. Kind of mentioned this. It's from June 29th to February 16th. So it might be something you want to check out as well. But so, great. If you can have a look at it, Legends of Kingdom Come is a great documentary about the comic book series. We can't go past too many episodes talking about Superman without referencing Zack Snyder once in a while. And he actually appeared in a cameo appearance on the TV series The Studio during its eighth episode. He's playing himself, presenting a fictional Golden Globes award where he kind of poked fun at himself for his Snyder Cut. Have a quick look at this little clip here.
Here to present the award for Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy is a man who has done neither. Zack Snyder, everybody.
Thank you. Now, for any of you who felt like the show's gone by too fast or felt it's not nearly long enough, don't worry, I'll be releasing a 6-hour black and white 4:3 version of the show, Snyder Cut style, on digital download and Blu-ray, $29.99. So look for that.
So there he is, just poking fun at doing an extended version of the awards in black and white in 4:3 ratio. So kind of poking a little bit fun at himself there for the Justice League's Zack Snyder's Justice League.
I wonder how the more hardcore Snyder fans feel about this. Are they feeling betrayed?
Him,
I mean,
he's doing it.
Well, that look, that doesn't stop
so
them.
They must love it.
They've turned against and gone back to all of the members of the cast at one point or another. So I'm sure that somebody is going to have some kind of conspiracy theory that he was forced to do that by the studio, or they're going to murder his dog or something like that. These people are rather imaginative, I'll say.
All right. On the kind of comic book but audio side of things, an audio book is coming out for a full cast version of All-Star Superman. This is exciting. I love audiobooks, as I know you do, Michael. You love audio dramatizations. So it's based on the book, obviously written by Grant Morrison and drawn by Frank Quitely, adapted by Megan Fitzmartin. This is going to have a full cast of 25 voices. Will be on sale June 24th, and I'm just really interested to see how they adapt it.
Yeah, I have been saying for years that DC really needs to get on the ball and crank out more audio versions of their books. Marvel has, for the past 5 or 6 years, done a really good job of going back into their catalog of prose books and having audio versions for Audible and for sale as well. And DC has a deep bench with this kind of thing. They have the Kingdom Come dramatization from the 90s. I don't know what the BBC drama is. I don't know if there's rights issues that they can't release it, but do more of stuff like this. Interestingly, we were just talking about Zack Snyder. Ray Porter, who was Darkseid in the Snyder Justice League movie, is voicing Jor-El in this. And Mark Thompson, the guy playing Superman, he reads a lot of the Star Wars. He reads a lot of novels, but when I'm looking at like Star Wars audiobooks, his name pops up more often than not.
Very cool. Yeah, so you might get your wish, Michael, because it says here that DC's All-Star Superman is the first release in a new audiobook collaboration between DC and Penguin Random House Audio, which will adapt 4 additional classic DC comic book titles to be published on audio for the first time. So it looks like we're in for a bit of a treat coming up. Mark, you a fan of audiobooks?
Oh yeah, very much so.
Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to this. I'm wondering. I'm assuming this is just a audio book as opposed to a dramatization. It does seem. I mean, for doing a comic book, were they doing the comic book, or is it the? It's not a novelization that they're doing.
No, so they're directly adapting the complete 12-issue run of the original comic. And it is like a full cast. So it's not just someone reading like you have the author reading the book out to you. It's actually with a full cast. You'd imagine it's a dramatization with sound effects.
I would think there'd be a bit more of it on that.
Yeah, graphic audio, when they had the Marvel license, they experimented with that, where instead of adapting the novelization of a story, they would adapt the story itself. They did that with Guardian Devil, the Daredevil story, and a couple of other things as well. So it's one of those things where I think you can, if you've got somebody who's really good at breaking the comic down into a script form for an audio reading, it could be really entertaining.
For sure.
I'm sure there's going to be 15 Batman ones coming out shortly.
Very cool. All right, let's jump into our fan favorite segment of the show. All right, our fan favourite question from last week was, what is your favourite episode of the Young Justice animated series? And we had a couple of people respond. Michael, who was up first?
Oh, as usual, we're starting with Lorenzo Hot Takes Valdez. My favorite Young Justice episode is Overwhelmed from the 3rd season, Young Justice Outsiders, because Spitfire was the best ship that show And Overwhelmed is the episode in which Artemis gets to live out a dream sequence back together with Wally again. I know some other fans were hoping Wally either wasn't dead or would be resurrected somehow. But even as a Spitfire shipper, I was... What is a Spitfire? I am so old. I was always in favor of
shipping, like as in a relationship between two.
No, I know what shipping is.
But who's Spitfire?
I don't know what Spitfire is. Somebody who's much younger than me explained this to me. I'm very familiar with shipping. I was always in favor of keeping him dead in order to retain the emotional impact of the season 2 finale, and so I consider Overwhelmed the ideal to give closure to Artemis, to us fans, and probably to Jason Spizak as well, as Young Justice had its cake and ate it too for that episode.
Very cool. Thank you, Lorenzo.
Next
up.
Yes, Jeffy Rocha wrote, my favorite episode of Young Justice has to be the first, the introduction of all these versions of Young Justice, and for me, the introduction of this origin of Superboy, since I never read the Jeff Johns Superboy.
Very cool. So thank you to both Lorenzo and JP for sending in their responses to the fan favorite question. Our new fan favorite question.
Okay, Mind the Gap.
Sorry, yes.
Sorry. Mind the Gap says Spitfire is Wally and Artemis. Why? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, how does that combo equal Spitfire?
Yeah, it's just, this is what I'm confused about. I'm sorry, go ahead, Steve. I keep interrupting you tonight.
No, all good. Timely interruption. Maybe Mind the Gap can quantify that. But the next fan favorite question for this week moves up the line, and it's the Supergirl TV series. What is your favorite episode of the Melissa Benoist Supergirl TV series? The email address to send your responses to is info@supermanhomepage.com. So send your email responses to that address, and we will read out the names. We'll read out the responses when we return to this segment next week. All right, that is the fan favorite question. And as soon as Mind the Gap responds with an answer, we might have an answer to that one thrown in. All right, so that's the fan favorite question. We might just keep pushing through with the comic book side of things, where Dan Mora shared this very interesting Midtown Comics exclusive variant cover to the upcoming Superman Unlimited #1. So these kind of sell out really fast at Midtown, but you always see Superman carrying Lois, but you very rarely see him giving her a piggyback.
It's a little more intimate in a way. She looks really happy, and I'm sure it's probably more comfortable hopping on his back like that than having him carry you. There's something like kind of ignominious about that. Like there's was it one of the animated things or one of the comics where Batman admits that he doesn't like when Superman carries him, he hates it. I think so, and my other question is, does she annoy Clark by singing A Whole New World while they're up in the sky like that? Yeah, I'm just these are the questions, DC, that nobody but me is asking.
Michael, you have a response to your question about Spitfire. Kent Nelson said Wally needs to find a Spitfire in his life like he had with his wife Inza. So I guess
okay,
that's your answer.
Spitfire?
Sorry, when I think of like a shipping name,
yeah, it's the names combined.
Put the name like Benifer or something.
Siri, I'm not talking to you. When I think of a shipping name, I think of some combination of the two characters, or a Babs Corey ship as opposed, sorry, that's a different kind of shipping. A Dick Corey ship as opposed to a Dick Babs ship, something like that. Spitfire, yes, it's a reference to the show. I get that, but it tells you nothing of the two people involved. So
yes,
that's why I think
intimately aware of the show.
Yeah.
But Sith Happens says that I seem like such a nice guy. Well, thank you, Sith. I hope I am. These guys can.
He's an absolute monster when we get off, guys.
He seems like a nice guy. Yeah. You don't know him.
There is a 45-minute, at least 45-minute after show where he tells us everything we did wrong. And you have
just
never,
hang on a-
you have
hang
never
on a second,
faced.
hang on a second. I've got to get these knives out of my back. One
I'm
second.
crying.
Yeah.
I'm crying out there. I'm just like, unbelievable.
I'm surprised they come back week after week. Seriously.
And he calls us like these weird Australian terms that we don't understand, so we don't know he's insulting us. So that is not true. Steve is one of the nicest human beings on the face of the planet.
Absolutely.
You've only met me once, Michael. And Mark, you've never actually met me in person. So
I've never met you. No, this is true. I've never met you physically. No.
One day. All right. Continuing on with the comic
yes.
book side of things. Justice
I know
League
enough
versus
of it.
Godzilla versus Kong 2. The comic trailer for this was released this week. Let's have a quick look at this. I can't play too much of it because the music, surprisingly enough, is the thing that is copyrighted in this. So if you want to see more of that, it's that kind of thing where it's the comic book panels put in a interesting collection of images with music. The first issue of Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong 2 starts on June 4th. It's written by Brian Buccellato with art by Christian Douche, or Deuce. Probably Deuce. I wouldn't say he's a douche. There is... It's a a sequel to the original.
I'm just fascinated that this thing continues to be a thing. And I'm not saying that in a snarky way. I just marvel at all of these different comic books. You know, back in the 90s, I would have been all over this because I was collecting like every single thing that DC was putting out Superman related, which is why I bought all of those Elseworld series that seemed to come out weekly. At the time, it's $6 a pop. I'm drifting, but no, I just love that they're trying to engage different audiences and doing these mix and matches. And if you can do it, you can do it.
Exactly.
And if apparently it was successful enough to get a sequel.
Yep. Quickly, just as we wrap up, some images, things that we can't get to speak about. This is a Superman the Movie phone booth from Pop Vinyl. The wrong S, but and different phone booth. He never changed the phone booth. It was a revolving door. But nevertheless, that's really cute. Bullseye as Superman, Pop Vinyl. I'm not sure who Bullseye is, but you guys probably know more than I do.
Target.
Yeah, he's the Target mascot.
Oh, okay. Explains why it's a Target exclusive. Spirit Jersey launching a new collection of clothing. There's some success awards as these cool like Superman belt rings, medals, things that you can use for youth sports prizes. So you can check all those kind of things out on our website that happened this past week. But that is pretty much it for our show tonight. I want to thank everybody for tuning in live with us tonight. Thank you for your company. Really appreciate having you with us. It's been a fun show, a few laughs shared, some backstabbing going on, but it's all in good fun. But thank you to my co-host, Michael Bailey. Thank you very much.
Pleasure as always, Steve.
And Mark Lax. Thank you, Mark.
Gentlemen, thank you.
And thank you to our sponsors and patrons, Douglas Meacham, John Patrick Van Pelt, Tina Murray, and Rick Schutzow, and also our new sponsor who was in the chat live with us tonight. Skipping on it already, but JK Krypton Fan 76. You'll have to give me a real name so I can say that out in the next one and add you on the graphic. Thank you to everyone who tuned in with us tonight. Don't forget, we'll be back next week with a bumper show for the new trailer on Monday. What will that be? The 19th of May. 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. Hope you'll join us then. Until then, be sure to check out supermanhomepage.com for all your daily news updates on everything surrounding the Man of Steel. Before you leave us tonight, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Share this video link with your family and friends. If you enjoyed it, make sure you're subscribing to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on any of the content that we provide you with each and every week. I'm Steve Eunice on behalf of myself, Michael Bailey, Mark Lax. Thanks for watching Superman Homepage Live, brought to you by supermanhomepage.com. Good night.